Center. This class is about building enrollment using social media. I have two classes that I love to teach. It's the checklist to build enrollment, and now this one. It's one of my favorites. I've taught it for about a year now, and I'm really excited to teach all of you what this what this social media can do for you. We have been very successful using social media. I have some tips and tricks I can teach you, and I'm excited to get started. So today we're going to be talking about the new way of advertising in the world as we know it, social media, and how it's changing the business world. We're going to do an overview of what it is and then dig into Facebook. I feel Facebook is one of the most successful social media platforms a child care center can get on. Then I'm going to share with you how to do it, a plan for it, and I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks on how I build this into my day, because I know what it's like at being a child care center director, and you're like pulled in all different directions, and you're like, how can I possibly get social media, Facebook? I don't have time for the posts, so I'm going to help you with that today. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about us. This is my sister Sarah and myself. I'm the older one. We're 10 years apart, and one afternoon we were having lunch with our dad, and I had just gotten laid off from a job, and Sarah was a director at a center, and she was like talking about how much she didn't like it and the way the company treated the employees, and so it was my dad's idea. He was like, oh, you guys should start a center. And I was like, absolutely not. I couldn't imagine being in the classroom with kids. And he was like, you could run a business, she could do the kid side. So we just got to thinking, and the two of us were like, we would love to work together because we're very close. And we came up with Scribble Time. We opened it 9 years ago. We have grew from a center with 36 students to now we have 154. We had 2 staff members, and now we have 30. We've expanded within 2 months of opening. We expanded and added 2 classrooms, and the center just kept growing. We have 9 classrooms now with 11 programs all mixed into that. So, and we're very fortunate to have a waiting list, and this is why we started Flip My Center, because we were getting letters in the mail from salespeople trying to sell us child care centers that were closing, and we were getting letters from child care centers showing us that they were selling their equipment because they're shutting down, and we don't think any child care center needs to shut down. We think that we can teach you how to build enrollment, motivate your team, and create efficient processes to save time and money, because we do it here. This is what our center looks like. This is like right in the front lobby. So, we began working with child care centers in our area, not in our town, but in the surrounding towns, to try and help them. And it just started taking off, and we decided, you know what, we should make this go across the country, because the economy is awful. People are telling us that they can't fill enrollment, or when they do, they're having trouble managing everything. And I can't stand it that the industries across the country, no one bands together to help each other out. And that's exactly what Flip My Center is about. It's about all of us banding together, helping each other out, supporting each other, sharing ideas. The other day on the leadership line, we have a private Facebook group, and there was like people were asking questions about fundraising ideas, and we were, all putting in information, and that right there is why we started this company. So this is our front door. We're in the same building as the child care center. We're just at an end, and we have a little training center. And it's just me and my sister that work in it, and then we have an office manager that helps me with a lot. She's doing the Pinterest account now, so if you are following us on Pinterest, that's Danielle. She's doing a great job, and that whole Pinterest account, the same as social media, it's going to give you tips and tricks on how to post things on Facebook. So if you're following us on Pinterest, and you're looking for a quote to put out there. She has like 6 quote boards now full of like the most adorable quotes about moms and dads, and a lot of great resources. So here we go. Gone are the days of this household fixture. You might be advertising in this huge yellow advertising phone resource book, but how many of you are actually picking it up when you're searching for something? I remembered when we opened 9 years ago, we paid $500 a month for our phone, fax, and the ad in this yellow book. I have to say it got us business, but then all of a sudden it stopped. And I'm not telling you not to use this if it's working for you, but we did not get calls anymore on it. We just continued to, we were paying for the ad for the year and literally nobody was calling. So we gone from the rotary phone to these gigantic cell phones. And I remember when my husband and I met each other about 22 years ago, he had this phone and it was attached to a briefcase. It was gigantic. and now we're at the smartphones where you literally, anybody at the touch of a phone can sit and search child care centers in your town. According to Forbes magazine in 2011, 35% of U.S. citizens had a smartphone. And this year, the number has jumped to 67%. So if you're looking at 100 people looking for childcare, 67 of them have that phone. We need to be on that. We need to be on Facebook. We need to have a website. We need to have a presence out there. You know, the average smartphone person touches their phone 150 times a day. And I think it's crazy, but if you think about it, people are constantly going on Facebook, looking at the news feed, checking their email, maybe looking at the weather. There's all different apps on that phone. Busy families are not sitting down and reading the paper every night, searching through to see your ad that you put in there. They're literally going on Facebook and saying, hey, you know, who knows a great child care center in this town? Or if they see somebody, maybe I like a page with my child in it at the child care center and I like it, now all my friends are seeing it. You know, with more and more people going away from print media like newspapers and magazines and heading to the internet, and now with the introduction of smartphone technology, it has opened up a huge world of how we socialize and how we're connected. That's when we started seeing social media sites pop up. You know, the first one was MySpace, and then the introduction of the giant Facebook, following by Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn, which is for business socializing, and blogs. And now the newest, Pinterest, Instagram, and Google+. All of these sites, which also have apps on the smartphone, have created a new way for people in the world to connect, thus leaving the rotary phone and its friend the yellow pages behind. When was the last time you sat down wanting to look for somewhere to go to eat and you picked up the paper or you picked up the yellow pages? It's not happening. In today's busy world, parents are not looking in the paper to find us. They're looking on the internet, they're on their computer or on their smartphone, looking for preschools and child care centers. Today, people are getting on the internet and searching for us. There's hundreds of apps to find local businesses and services. Your potential clients are on social media sites connecting with friends and asking, where do you send your child to child care? This has all drastically changed how we as child care center owners and directors need to advertise. It doesn't work anymore to put an ad in the paper and leave your now enrolling sign out front. People are spending their days on these sites while at work and while at home, and we need to connect with them there. This new way of advertising is called engagement marketing. Gail Goodman of Constant Contact, she owns an email site, wrote a book on how small businesses are winning with social media. And the theory behind it is that you engage with your clients on social media to build a relationship with them rather than getting on there and selling something. So you're out there on social media, you know, sharing a tip about children, sharing a funny quote about children. You're not out there and all your posts are, you know, I'm enrolling in the infant program. We're enrolling in pre-K. It's open house. It's not just about that. You want to build relationship with these people and show them that you are the expert in childcare in your community. And you're building trust with them, showing them what you are and what your center is about. You're showing them that you're a research and everything children related. This in turn builds brand awareness, which is simply communicating to the community what your center is about. When we post for Scribble Time on any social media site, it's all about quality care, creative curriculums, and family solutions. So we're posting pictures of our happy children, activities they do, providing resources on anything child-related to our families. We're not on there all the time advertising any openings we have. We're engaging, we're providing resources, showing commitment to child development. And then, and I'll get into it a little bit, 30% of the time I'm saying if I have openings. So this is the first one we're going to go through. I have to tell you that I was the one that had mixed emotions about Facebook, and it wasn't until my high school reunion. I don't even know how many years ago. This is how they found everybody and how they tracked all of us if we were going to go to the reunion. So I kind of was skeptical, and that was the only reason why I got on it. Until I learned what this was. And here's how it works. You sign up for a Facebook account and create a page for your child care center. And in the chat box over here, I'm going to ask you, do you have a child care Facebook page? I'd like to know that so I can, that's for something a little bit later. So what you do is you make your page public so anyone can see it. So we've made the choice to not allow other people to post on our page. So you can comment on a post I make, but you can't just post on the page because I want to set the message and I want to set the voice that gets out to the public, and I want other people doing that for me. So on your center's page, you share something in what's called a status update. It could be anything from a video you want to share to an activity that's going on right now, or a link to an article from Scholastic.com. Whatever it is you think that your audience would be interested in. And so here it is right here. This is the status. And then you get people to follow you. And then you'll see what happens. Recently, I had posted a picture of cut up cucumbers. And sorry, I had to take a drink. Posted a picture of cucumbers. And we have over 650 followers on Facebook. And I had 32 people like the cucumber post. And it was just, I had put on there, I took a picture with my smartphone, posted the picture of the cucumbers I cut up, and said, oh, we're ready for tomorrow's snack. And 32 people liked it. So each person has followers. And what happens is these 32 people, if each of them have different followers in friends that like them, then they all get to see what their friends like. So these 32 people that like the page turned into 593 people saw my cucumber post. So in their news feed, they saw Scribble Time and a picture of the cut up cucumbers in my post. When you go into the insights, and I'll show you in a minute, 593 people saw this. This is not bad for free marketing. It's simple. Took a picture with my phone, posted it. It took less than 30 seconds. I also want to mention that you should have a link to your Facebook on your website and mention it in your signatures of your emails. Hang a sign in the lobby at the school and talk about it with potential clients and put it in all your tour packets and get the word out to get the likes up there. And I once thought that having 1 million likes was the goal. I had just heard about a local business that said if we reach 1,000 likes by a certain date, they were going to donate money to a family in need. And I thought to myself, that is the most brilliant way to get likes. So I liked the page of a manufacturing business. I actually have no interest in manufacturing or what they made. They do something with fire extinguishers. I'm not their ideal client. The next day, I happened to be attending a social media boot camp, and the woman teaching the class says, it's not about the number of likes, it's about who's liking your page. So you want your ideal client to like your page. So if you only have 50 people liking your page, or 100 or 200, that's fine, because those are your ideal clients. You don't want to go running a campaign and getting people onto your Facebook page that have no interest at all in childcare. And you can kind of look at the demographics in all of us. We're probably going to have, women mostly, and men between the ages of 25 and, let's say, 45 to 50 liking our pages that are actually our ideal clients. You're going to end up getting people that are older because you'll have grandparents liking it. But to go out there into your community and try and buy people liking it that are 70 or 18, that doesn't make sense. Or that, people even in their 40s that don't have children. So here's how our philosophy, which the plan should be. You don't want to be on all day posting everything that's happening at your center and every tip that you want to share with parents. Some experts say to post 8 times a day. For child care centers, I feel like 2 to 4 times a day is plenty when you're trying to build the business. We post about 1 time a day right now because we also have a private Facebook page, and that's where we post about 20 to 30 pictures of the kids doing activities 3 to 4 times a week. The parents love that private Facebook group. You can try posting in the early morning, lunch, and dinner, but I will tell you that when we post, our parents are liking it right away, leading me to believe that they're on it at work all day, so I don't know if it really matters what time you post. Watch what people like and try repeating that. So if you posted something about, which I wouldn't post, like, oh, don't forget, this week we're all signing up with our yearly administrative forms. Don't forget to return them to the office. Like, no one's going to probably like that. Maybe one person, the office manager, I bet. But in the majority, you're probably not going to get people liking that. But let's say you post a quote or that's something cute about moms, or you post a picture of the kids in an activity and you see a lot of likes. Those are the kind of things you should look for. Are you posting, I find, which I think is interesting, I post links to articles and I don't get as many likes as when I post a link to a quote or I post a picture. So I have decreased the number of articles I share and increased the number of pictures. When coming up with post ideas, remember, it's more about telling people who you are and what your center is about rather than constantly posting now enrolling for the 100th time, leading people to think, why are they always enrolling? Go for an 80% sharing, 20% selling rule. What that means is take the number of posts that you think you're going to do during the week and 20% of them sell. And don't go out there. You don't have to go out there and say now enrolling infants if that's your need. Find something you can post about the infants, like maybe the infants doing an activity. And if you don't want to have the pictures of the kids on your Facebook page, or the parents don't want their children, you can get a back view of a child without showing their face. You can get the activity that you sent up, or take a picture of an art project that they just did, and you can put that out there and take a picture of it and say, oh, look what our infant room is doing. They're having a lot of fun. You want to come join us? Call us for a tour. So try and get, sell it that way so you're not out there constantly putting it out on Facebook that you're always enrolling. And like I said, just going with the 80-20% rule. Because not only are your current clients following your page, but you also might have potential clients following it. And I follow 2 high schools that I'm thinking of sending my daughter to see what they do during the year. This is helping my husband and I make decisions on where we're going to send her. So you could have people that follow you for that. You could just have people that follow you because their niece goes there. You really have you have a wide audience that's on there that has some interest in your center, and the more you can get them to like your page, the more that number is going to go up. On your center page, you can also like other businesses. So look for businesses that would be of interest to your customers and potential customers, and like those pages. Then you can share their posts. We like Scholastic Parents, our local library, local businesses, maybe a community page if you have one, anything that your families might like. And what you're going to do is go into your Facebook feed of your page and see what's being posted, and then that gives you more things that you can share in your community. We tell them, we also have a private page for parents. And we tell them if they ask to join the private page, they can post gives us permission to post pictures of their children. So no one can see the pictures in there. It's a private group. I think almost all the families are in it. And we just post pictures of the kids, and they absolutely love it. The second family leaves the center, they're removed from it, or a teacher is removed from it. And we unfortunately do not allow grandparents or family members to join it. Back on your regular Facebook page, though, never post anything negative. If you're having an issue at your school and the parents are up in arms about something, leave it off Facebook. I recently spoke with a woman who was having an issue. And she was at first telling me, she had this great business model. She actually did overnight childcare in a community that worked at this huge factory, 3 shifts, and people had been leaving her quite a bit. And she had no idea why, and so I was helping her with it. And one of the first things I do when I work one-on-one with child care centers is I look at your website, I look at your Facebook page, and I Google you to see any bad reviews out there, any good reviews, and try and help you clean it all up. Her entire Facebook feed was all negative. It was a woman came in for a tour and made a comment about the cleanliness or organization of specific classroom, and she made a comment about, she commented on that and made a comment about the woman. Well, how do you know the woman's not looking at that, saying, I just was in there for a tour and this is what she's saying? Or writing negative comments about the staff, or, it's really hard because we love our center so much, and they're like, children to us. They're like our babies. And when someone makes a negative comment, your first your first instinct is to go, you get your defenses up. And you are like, I can't believe someone would say that about me. But as a leader, we have to stop and take a breath and not respond negatively or be defensive, because people need to be able to come to us all the time. So, it's just like that on when you're hearing these comments through the grapevine, like that someone might not be happy, and so don't post that on Facebook. If you would not put it in the front page of your newspaper, you're not putting it on Facebook. You want your clients to see you in the most positive light ever. You want to be the resource and the go-to person at child care center in your area. It's your marketing tool. She wrote, enough with the complaints about the lunch program. Let's get back to business. Well, clearly, what would that send you as a message as a mom or a dad? Not great. And if anybody else comments on your Facebook post and it's negative, you got to sit and think, should you? I would respond. It depends on what the comment is. I haven't actually had this happen yet, but if someone wrote, maybe I posted something and about, I don't know, like a field trip, and a parent came on and wrote, I'm so unhappy when my child came home with their brand new shoes covered in mud, and they got their dress all dirty. Maybe I might comment back something like, sorry that happened. That kids had so much fun, at the Audubon Society playing in the mud and whatever. Or I could delete the post, and then no one would see it, and they wouldn't see it, and leave it at that. If you're also getting someone negatively commenting on your page, you can hover over their name and you can block the user and report it to Facebook, and they will not let them see your posts or comment on your pages anymore. So right now, I am going to see where we're at. I'm going to share my screen with you right now, and I'm going to ask that you, in the box, tell me if you can see Facebook. I'm hoping if you could comment over here. Can you see? Now it went away. Can you see Facebook? Yes? Okay. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to make it big. And so this is my home page. This is me. And, that's my private Facebook group. That's like the parents post Throwback Thursdays, and that's one of our kindergartners who was very little. He's so cute. So what I do is, like I told you back in the back in the beginning was this is about relationship building. So you don't want to just post and leave it there. I'm going to like it so that she knows that I'm engaging with her back on Facebook. So you all have Facebook pages, so I'm not going to walk through how to create one, but I'm going to go up in the top right, switch myself to Scribble time. So this is the Scribble time Facebook page, and what this gives you is your total reach. And reach is when what do you call it? When people post something and they like your page, or they like the post, or they comment on it. So have you, you can see on this one, look what the post says. Have you been meaning to get your pictures done? Check out a local photographer. So I was sharing a photography page. So it got a reach of 65, not great. I shared a local business, got 76 right here. One of our fathers started a business, I did it. We posted, today's your last day to order tickets to the Disney on Ice coming to the Providence Civic Center. And then we look at these are going up. Sarah posted this, my sister. Noelle and I are walking around with a treat cart today for the teachers just because they're amazing. So we got a reach of 480 people saw that post. So that's the kind of things they want to see. Think about when a potential client sees that. So 480 people saw that post. What are they thinking of the kind of center we're at? Scribble Time's the kind of place that recognizes their teams. This one, 545. This is something new that we're trying, is Throwback Thursday. This is a picture of, this is me and my sister when she was born, and that's our brother. And we posted this, and it got 545 people saw the post. So that's just a personal thing, to get people to know who you are and what your center is about, relationship building. So you're kind of in here. So am I going to post things that, I know I'm not going to get a huge reach with sharing some of the, like a photographer or the father, but if I post more information, personal information about us, or if I post more information about the center, like this one got 350. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a quote. Every day become a little bit more like my mother. So this is, this quote is in our Pinterest page. So, go to our Pinterest account and start sharing those. I think there's like 6 quote boards with all different cute quotes like this. So that 350 people saw us just for a simple share from Pinterest. Now I'm going to go into it in a minute, but look at this one. So this post got 1,268 reach, but you'll see here it got a total reach of that. It got a paid reach of 777. That is an ad. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute, but we were looking for an infant team leader. And so what I did was I took my Craigslist ad and I shared the link on Facebook, and I paid to boost the post into our, it's not boosted anymore, but down here it says boost the post. And I boosted it there. And 1,268 people saw this. So when you're doing an ad, make sure your logo's on there, and it can be an ad about anything. The only thing I am going to say to you is if you're having a huge problem with turnover, I wouldn't constantly be posting and paying for ads on Facebook for it, maybe just once in a while. So this is another quick little tip. I'm just going to jump back over to just make sure that this is my public, yes, that's my public center page. I'm just going to keep going back and forth to make sure I don't miss your questions. So it also gives you pages that you can watch. I can invite my friends to it up at the top, and these are messages I get from potential clients or regular customers. So right now we have 623 likes on the page, and we have a bunch of pictures. I always like to do a post on reviews, so I will do a post and say, would you You could say something like, would you be willing to So I could ask my customers, would you be willing to take a minute and write a review of our center on our Facebook page? Thank you in advance for your time. And I've done this before. And, you know, you just keep, I don't know how this is going to go because some of them aren't public. But so they'll show up here. So think about when someone comes to my page, they see this, my header, who likes it, and then these are some reviews and of what parents have said about us. So this is how you're going to plan on getting it done quickly. You literally, I used to teach in this class, I used to teach Hootsuite, and that was an online scheduler, and it's, I'm going to come back over and type it for you into the chat. Hootsuite.com. It's a great website. You can plan all your social media posts on there for free. You do not have to purchase the upgraded version. But ever since Hootsuite came out, Facebook finally came out with a scheduler. So it's right here. You have to be in this view though, with your analytics at the top, and then come down here. This is the only way you can do it, and I have not figured out a way to do this on my iPad or my iPhone. I can only do it on a computer. So you type it, and then you hit that little clock at the bottom. We'll schedule the post for tomorrow at 4 p.m. and I'm going to hit schedule. And now it's going to ask me if I want to go to the activity log. I'm not going to go there because I'm going to show you where the activity log is. You go into edit page, use activity log, and these are my scheduled posts. So I have one right now, and these are all the other things I've done. I've liked things, I've commented on things, I've posted things. So you can find them all right there. Say I don't like it, I can simply edit it. Maybe I made a typing error, I can hit done editing. Or I can come up if I don't like it, and I can delete it, and it will delete the post. So it won't show up. And I got to tell you, if you can sit and plan some things that you like, you can really get a ton of them done and be mindful of them. You know, this is a local thing set area that sends out things about what's going on in the area. I can like it. That gets you more involved in your local community. This is a local school. I can like their comment that they raised $101,000. A foundation that we've given money for that help children with cancer. You know, so you can kind of find out you know, you can engage with your community and help build your relationships with your community. And also maybe this is something I'm going to share with my page. So I can simply find this. I can hit share. I can write cute idea, and then I'll share the photo. So if you're not knowing what you want to post on your page, I think I just hit the back mouse, but we'll see. I did. When we were doing that, I hit the back mouse, and I hit the mouse, and it ended up not getting on there. But it's very simple. The different things that you can do. I'll try it again because I think the parents would like this. There we go. All right. So that's all about Google Analytics. You know, really just watching, like I said, these numbers right up here. I like to watch those all the time. Now, say you want to get more page likes. On a targeted community, I'm just going to come back and check, okay? So what you're going to do and it's really inexpensive to do this. You're going to flip back to you. You have to be in your profile to do any type of advertising. And it is not letting me go back. There we go. So you go back to your home page. It's my daughter in my backyard. It's really slow. That was my daughter, and I paid for a professional photography, and she was 4 at the time, and her ADHD was drastically coming out, and this is what she did half the time, fooling around. It was lovely. All right, so I'm in my page, and up here it's going to tell me to create an ad. So I'm going to create an ad, and I want to get page likes. Or maybe you want to get a page post engagement. Those are the two I use. Say you have an opening in your kindergarten program. Like, I wonder if I can get, so post engagement, you click on that, you hit the child care center. I manage 3 different pages, and it's going to ask you which one you want to boost. And it gives you all these posts. And say you don't like any of those, you can do create a new post. And you can write, I don't have any pictures on here. I don't think I can share. I'm on my home laptop. I'll find one though. We'll just make a fake one. So this is the graphic that I made for this webinar. And, maybe it's a graphic that you're going to show for your infant program. So I'm just saying to them, maybe obviously this doesn't match up with the picture, but our infants are having fun with playing with paint, want to come join the fun, call our center to schedule a tour with my phone number, and you're going to post that. And then what it's going to do, that's going to be your ad. And it's not going to go for some reason. I love technology. All right, so I'm just going to see if I can get it to work this way. So you can post an ad. You literally can post anything that you want. And so that's the ad that I could pick. So now you're going to come down, so it shows you the ad. You're going to come down here, and you're going to pick locations. Now for us, I'm going to pick how far people are willing to travel to get to us. So, are people going to travel like 100 miles? Of course not. So I'm going to pick like my zip codes in my area. So I'm going to pick North Attleboro. I'm going to pick Attleboro. I'm going to pick Cumberland. You can type that if you don't know the zip code, you type the name of the town. Now I'm going to pick, watch this dial right here. It was way over in Broad. Now it got here. Now I'm going to pick the age. Who's the typical age of our customers? And I'm going to say 25 to 45. And I am going to tell you something. I only pick women because women, I feel, are the deciding factor in childcare. Watch the dial. More. And so I try and, when I go for more women, I end up finding that I get a better reach. You see what's happening? I'm going to do it again. I picked all women, expectant parents, and look how it brought me into such a specific goal. You would think, right, that if I'm on Facebook, I want to reach like a gazillion people. I don't. I want to pick the specific customers that I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for infants, I'm going to look for expectant parents, and I am going to try and reach just those. Say you're looking for, I'm going to show you other things. Like parents, look at it, just gives you, I picked parents, so you can pick your age group, 0 to 3, 4 to 12. What kind of programs do you have? Do you have before and after care? All parents. And look how broad all parents is. It says right here on the right, 137,000 in that area. You get down to 5.6. You know, it just keeps, the number keeps going down. So let's say we're going to go for preschool. You know, it's still getting very specific in our area. So, and then we'll do interest. You could, if you wanted to do more interest. I don't do interest. I do interest when I'm doing Flip My Center, but I don't do interest for Facebook, and I don't do behaviors for the daycare center. This is like digital or mobile users. And then connections. I always do all, because I don't want to do just people connected with the center. I want to do everybody that I possibly can. And then you come down, and it says how much do you want to spend a day, and it sets it at $5 to start going. And you can do $5. I usually pick $10, and I usually do it for like 2 or 3 days. I never let a post go for more than 4 days, because I found that if I did it for 4 days, 5 days, I was getting a ton of engagement in the beginning, and then it tailed off. So I just do it for 2 to 3 days, around there. And then you place your order, and then they have to approve it. So, and that's as simple as that. It's really very easy, but I'm going to show you something else. So this is the campaigns, and you're going to see all my Facebook ones. Let's see. So these are all the campaigns that I have going. I had one, obviously, for this class. I spent what was it, $77.33 to get some post engagement, and I shut it off already. The one that we just did, like, simple. Say you spent $10 and you're like, oh, I don't want to spend any more money. You simply just shut it off. Done. Not going to charge you anymore. See how it turned it into inactive. Or you can go in and you can set the you can change the date and just say I'll run it from this date to this date. For some weird reason, and I don't know if it's all the time, but a lot of my ads that I do, I find get a ton of engagement Thursday through Monday. So I'll start an ad on Thursday and make sure it ends by Monday. So over a 2 or a 3 day period, you could literally spend $10, $15 to get more engagement on your website, or to do an ad for one of the spots that you have open in your center. All right, I'm going to come back over. Now I'm going to go back to the presentation. All right, so how do we get it done? I know you're thinking now, like, oh, I got to come up with 2 to 4 posts a day. You do know that right now on our website, center.com, if you go there, in the red box, we're giving away a report of 50 plus Facebook post ideas. You can go grab your copy, and it will give you ideas to generate a ton of posts. And you can also, like I said, go to our Pinterest page, and you can literally, there's so much stuff that you can share there. I use this little form and that I made up, and I sit here, and it says like the days of the week. I track the number of followers, because I'm crazy, to see who's liking what, and I do. I try and share a tip, or I don't do all the contacts, but there's tips, there's tools, there's questions. A tip would be sharing an article. A tool would be maybe you share a resource of the FDA MyPlate website. It's a tool they can go in and use. Or you share your Pinterest page with them, and you have like a board all about meals, good ideas to send, tips on sending kids food for lunch. A question, you could put back what's your child's favorite song to sing on the way to school. Something fun could be something funny a child said, something funny that happens at the center. A quote, something from a quote board. A share could be something going on at the center. And the 2 sales. So I'm not checking these boxes off every day, I'm just making sure that I'm not just doing tips, or I'm not just doing questions or quotes or whatnot. This spreadsheet is in, if you're part of our leadership line, this is in the file documentation section, so you can download your copy if you're part of that group. This is what my messy one looks like, so it's not perfect. Doesn't have to be nice. All right. So this is the new way of advertising. And in Flip My Center, this is probably how you and I met. You probably found me here, or you found me on, Pinterest, or maybe you got one of my postcards. And I went through the Facebook ads with you over there. But, like I said, create a post about enrollment, then create the ads, set the budget, end it. Does anybody have any questions for me? You can post them right here in this page. And if you have questions and you don't want to ask now, you can email me. You can respond to the email when I send you the recording. Anytime you have any questions, you can always do that, even if it's not about this. So some of you on the call, and some, we had I think 87 people signed up that are going to watch this webinar. And a bunch of you are on our leadership line, but for those that you are not, it's a monthly program that we have. It's the first Wednesday of every month, and immediately following the class, just like this, you get a copy of the presentation and every single handout that I have. You get a workbook, any downloads. So like on this using social media, when I did it for the leadership line, they got the workbook, and then they also got the downloads for the 50 plus tips. They got the worksheet, whatever we have. We also have a private Facebook group that we're constantly asking each other questions in, and trying to support one another. And then on the third Wednesday of the month, which is next Wednesday, I kind of follow back up on the topic. So this month's topic was all about employee management. So if you sign up by Monday at 12, you're going to get the employee management training. So it was a training on relationships with your teams, rewards and recognition, organizational charts, because I'm hearing more and more from a lot of centers across the country that all employees report to the director. And it's like nearly impossible for you to manage everybody, and I can show you a way on how to reduce some of that. And then in the next few days, you're going to be getting an email about our Director's Vault, where you're going to get all the recordings and handouts all stored there, and they're going to be the last 3 months. And it's $37 a month. And I got this month, for the first time, started getting calls from people on the leadership line telling me they need help desperately. And it's because they're full, and they don't know how to, they're having trouble managing the team because they have so many kids. So I have, it's not a bad problem to have, but we're going to help them through it. The other product that we have that you might not know about is a year of social media. So it's $297. I'm going to take $106 off and sell it until Monday for $99. And it is, if you use the code SPRING14, and you'll get it in an email, it's 365 days of done-for-you enrollment building posts. So we started on January 1st, and we already have the posts in there from January 1st to June 30th. So you just start on the day you get it. So if you get it tomorrow, then you just use the post for tomorrow, and you're going to keep following the list. And at December 31st, when the program ends, you're going to go back to January 1st, and you are going to use those posts until April 10th, whenever you went through. And they're all very relevant. I gave you all the links. There are 2 posts a day for your center, and they also include the right percentage of sharing and the right percentage of selling. And it gives you all the links to everything to help you build more engagement. And we have had so many customers tell us that how great that they have been doing on this program, and really excited about that. So if you are interested in not knowing what you're doing on Facebook, we can help you. And it's only $99. It's not even $1 a day to get all your social media engagement building out there. So I want to say thank you. If anybody has any questions, like I said, you're going to get this recording. You can, in an email, you just simply hit reply, and I will answer anything that you have. Continue to follow us on Facebook and on Pinterest. And I hope you all have a wonderful day at your center, and I appreciate you joining me. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.